Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Email Marketing by the Book. I'm Joel Book, and I want to start by asking you all a question. How would you like to increase the open rates of your email communications by more than 15% and increase click-through rates by more than 21%? If that sounds interesting, stick around because I'm going to take you behind the scenes of one ExactTarget client that has accomplished just that. Nothing has changed the scope, nothing has changed the scale of email marketing more than smartphones. When you take a look at that little pocket full of power that every one of us now carries with us, it's enormous. Look at the capabilities that they incorporate. Apps that allowed us to shop at our favorite brands, email and mobile capability, the ability to check user reviews from people in our different social networks. Nothing has changed the scope of email marketing and the way in which brands are now engaging with consumers more than the mobile device. But the big challenge is, how do we optimize the performance of email on those devices? It's estimated that by the end of 2013, more than 137 million Americans will be smartphone owners. On a global scale, more than 1.4 billion individuals will be using a smartphone by the end of this year. That is up 44% over just last year. The growth of smartphone usage is staggering, and that is one reason why mobile is accelerating the usage of permission-based email. In fact, today, 43% of all emails sent are now being opened and read on a mobile device. Let's take a look at just a few examples. In retail, 71% of purchases that are being made on mobile devices are being triggered or influenced by an email that consumer received. Those of us who travel, 43% of us now prefer to receive email alerts regarding changes in airline schedules. And in banking, more than 1 billion smartphone users will use their device for mobile banking in just 4 years. So what does all this mean for brands? Optimizing email for mobile is no longer an option. It is an absolute necessity. 63% of U.S. consumers have said that they will actually delete emails if they are not optimized for mobile. That's why more and more brands are now turning to responsive design to optimize the performance of email. Responsive design is really a set of techniques that make a layout, whether it's on a desktop computer, on a tablet, on a smartphone, readable and usable, making it much, much easier for the consumer to be able to engage with the content and respond to the offer. Let me give you just a real quick example. On the left, you'll see an example of email as it appears on a smartphone in this particular case, where we've simply taken the desktop email and we're looking at it on that device. It's really desktop-centric, and from a mobile standpoint, it's a pretty poor experience. In the middle, you've got a better experience where we've taken that same email and we've enlarged the fonts to make it easier to read. But on the right, the best experience is using responsive design. This creates an excellent experience. It uses media queries to be able to make the content very readable and very interactive for the recipient. One company that's a really great example of how to use responsive design to improve open rates and click-through rates on mobile email is WeddingWire. More than 60% of WeddingWire's email subscribers open WeddingWire emails on mobile devices. Using responsive design, WeddingWire was actually able to increase click-through rates on its emails by more than 7.5%. As great as WeddingWire's results using responsive design are, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of one company that has done even better. And that company is CareerBuilder.com. Now, all of us are very familiar with CareerBuilder. Every year, CareerBuilder.com connects hundreds of thousands of job seekers with great jobs all across the country. And the number one way in which CareerBuilder informs job seekers of those jobs that fit their profile? Permission-based email. And that's also where CareerBuilder had a problem. Why? More than 65% of CareerBuilder emails are being opened on a mobile device. And sadly, CareerBuilder had begun to see a drop-off in both open rates and click-through rates. It needed to take action. The solution? Responsive design. When CareerBuilder set about its responsive design strategy, what they knew they had to do was completely rethink the way in which their emails were being designed and how they were being viewed on a mobile device. On the left side of your screen, you'll see the old version or the original version of CareerBuilder's email. On the right side, you'll see the new version optimized now for mobile. using responsive design. What are the big differences? Here you'll see the old version as it appears on a variety of different smartphone devices. Doesn't look all that enticing, does it? Now let me show you the new version. This is actually the version that CareerBuilder tested. Look at the new design. Single column layout, big buttons, touch interfaces. This is using media query technology to optimize the performance of those emails, making it much easier for people, even people like me with my 59-year-old eyes, to be able to read and respond to those emails. What were the results? Nothing short of staggering. After 3 separate tests, CareerBuilder's average increase in open rates more than 15%. And even better, average increase in click-through rates more than 21%. CareerBuilder got great results, and you can too. Folks, there's no question whatsoever that responsive design can have a huge impact on improving your open rates and click-through rates on emails that are open on mobile devices. So I've got 2 great offers for you. One, if you'd like to take a deeper dive behind the scenes of what CareerBuilder did and how they did it, 2 great resources. First, get your hands on the white paper. It's a full-blown case study of what CareerBuilder did to implement its responsive design strategy. And the companion to that is actually a recorded webinar featuring my colleague Melinda Kruger, taking you step by step through everything that CareerBuilder did, how they did it to achieve the results they did. One more resource that I really think would be helpful also is our Designing for the Mobile Inbox. Nothing has received more downloads in the last 3 months than this white paper has. Get your hands on it. If you are at all concerned about optimizing the performance of your emails on mobile devices, this should be a must-read for every member of your team. And now a word about our next episode of Email Marketing by the Book, when I'm going to take you behind the scenes of one of the best and most creative ways I've seen for a retail restaurant chain to build their database of email subscribers. We're going to take a look at P.F. Chang's, and more specifically, the Payway division of P.F. Chang's. What they're doing in store to make it easy for patrons to become email subscribers is an episode you are not going to want to miss. It's all coming up here on the next episode of Email Marketing by the Book. And by the way, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel and this series, please do so. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what's on your mind so we can cover those topics in future episodes. I'm Joel Book. Thanks so much for watching.